it's Anna from Viking Stitches. Welcome to my channel. Hello if you're new, welcome back if you're a returning viewer, which thank you very much everyone. Thank you for coming to my channel, it's always much appreciated. Sorry to everyone who follows me, it's been a bit of a long time again. I need to get better at doing this. I think half my problem is that I don't have many options for where to film, so at the moment I'm just kind of, as you may have noticed, in my bedroom. I'm hoping to get some things set up so I can film in the sitting room in the future, but we shall see. But yes, so when did I post my last video? Start of June, so it's been about a month and a half since I filmed. And last time I was talking about there was going to be a finishes challenge in June in my Stitchy game on Facebook. That got postponed and is now happening in July. So I'm working on things for that at the moment. But what I did work on was, where shall we start? The big thing I worked on was because there was a Pride pop-up on the Stitchy game. So it was kind of like there was a pop-up challenge that was Pride themed because Pride month obviously. And I happened to have a Pride pattern, although I didn't get all the stitching for the pop-up event through this, because it was basically, the event was you have to stitch a certain amount in a certain amount of colors, and most of them I did on this because it's a Pride pattern, so it has rainbow colors, but I didn't have quite all of them, so some of them I did other bits in. But yes, so this is the gay agenda pattern. This is what it will look like. And I hadn't stitched on it a lot, so this was a perfect opportunity to get some effort put into it. And this is where I was last time, so you can see not a lot, as I said. And then this is where we're at now. So you can see it's kind of messy at the moment because I was doing loads of different colors and switching as soon as I had enough stitches in for the prompts. But I have at least got a portion of the rainbow, and then this bit here is my first foray into variegated thread. So where it says gay agenda on the pattern is in black lettering, which obviously I'm doing, stitching this on black Ada. I think this is 16 count. I don't think it's 18 count. I don't think it's 14 count either, so I'm pretty sure it's 16 count. Just looking at it. But I needed something else, a different color for the lettering, so I decided to go with variegated thread. It's a Threadworks one. I'll pop in the details somewhere. And I've basically I started in this corner, and then I've basically just gone in diagonal stripes, as you can see, and I'm quite happy with it. It's coming out really well, I think. So this is for my brother who is LGBT, and I've had this pattern for quite a while and not really made any progress on it, so that was a good motivation to do that. So what else have we done? I did work on my dragon pattern. So it's this pattern here from Kits by SA Stitch, I think it is. And I am, disclaimer first, if you were in my D&D group, this is not for you. Go away. I don't think they'll be on this, but yeah, so my plan is I'm going to make little dice trays, and they'll have this dragon pattern on the bottom, and I've converted the colors in it because, as you can see, it's a light blue-ish dragon, and I've started by converting into a green dragon, and this is what I've been working on, and this is where it was when you saw it last. and I haven't quite finished it, but this is where we are now. So I have almost, I think I have like 100 crosses left, something like that, and then I need to backstitch, and obviously as you can see from the starting picture, it has quite a bit of backstitching, but I think it will look really good. I'm really pleased with it. And then I have finished converting almost all, because I'm going to do a blue one for myself, but I haven't sorted that one out yet. I have done I've done the colors on the purple one and the orange one, and these are all my friends' favorite colors. Right, that. So I've done this in markup. I've uploaded the original like PDF into markup, and then you can manually choose to like change which of the colors are. So this is what the orange dragon, I'm hoping that shows up properly, looks like. Haven't started that. I've got the floss and the fabric, so I'll be starting that soon, because we're currently very loose plans, but we're going to meet up next time probably end of January, so I kind of need to make a move. And this is what the mock-up for the purple one looks like. Ignore that weird bit in the middle. It's because there's a like icon that's in the dragon but is also in the cloud, and so when I convert the dragon, it kind of converts the cloud as well. So I've just been kind of manually changing that, but I'm not changing the cloud at all for each of these, so they're literally just like, it will look like that. Those are the colorings for the cloud. And then one of my friends is kind of annoying, and when she was asked for her favorite color, she said rainbow. So I'm thinking of doing hers like this. It may be too much, I'm not sure, but this is what I'm thinking of trying. I want to see how it looks like with backstitch and with all the colors, but I was trying to get a sort of rainbow gradient on it. I'm not sure. It's some, yeah, I'm not entirely sure how I want to do that, because it makes it a bit difficult. But obviously, like, this pattern has a lot of shading and stuff in it, so I'm not really sure what to do with it. I may have to just say to her, look, you have to pick a color. But yeah, that's where we're at with that. And then I'm gonna do a blue one for myself, so that we always know that so that we all have a dice tray, and my favorite color is blue. But I want to make it dark blue because I'm more of a dark blue girly. And then what else have we worked on? We have some progress on the Brooks Books Advent Animals. So I'm using that for my finishes challenge. So I am almost done with Katie Kitty. This is what she shall look like. This is what she looked like last time you saw her. And this is where we're at now. So annoyingly, I have lost or ran out of the one thread color. I've literally got one thread color left that's like around the eyes and here in her belly. It's like a light brownish something or other color. So she looks a bit odd now, slightly alien-esque, but I need to do the back stitch, and then I think she'll look really good. And then if I can find her, I have finished Mary Mouse. So this is what she looked like last time. If I can find her, there she is. So I hadn't gotten very far last time you saw her, I don't think. And here we are. She is finished. All done, all the back stitching and the border and everything. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. That's come out really well, and really it makes such a difference. Like the back stitch really makes it pop. So yes, I'm really happy with that. The other pattern that I'm doing for my finishing challenge is a pattern that I'm doing for my son. It's one that I had commissioned like 2 years ago, and I really need to get it done because I don't want him to like outgrow the theme before I finish it, because it's like basically his name in like big block letters, and then there's like little there's a digger, a dump truck, and a front loader or something. Like my son knows all of the specifics of what is the difference between all of these, and I'm like, I've learned a lot in the last few years about what is what, but I'm still a little bit unsure. But I think I will stick maybe the initials. I'll put like the initials here because I don't want to show his whole name, but then you can at least see where I'm at and what it looks like, and that also works well because the digger and the dump truck are by his each initial. Is there anything else? I think I made, when I was doing the Pride pop-up, I think I used some of the, I think it was like black or something that I did to do the Pride pop-up. Sorry, I'm rambling, but I couldn't quite use it on all of them, so one of the things I did was I worked a little bit on Aurora, got in another 100 stitches. This is where she was at, and this is where we're at now. Sorry, the lighting's not great. But basically I did just a little bit down here in the dress, got it a bit further along, because I needed like a light blue 100 stitches in light blue for that to count for the challenge. I think that's about it. June wasn't great for stitching. Like there was one week where I think I stitched like 2 days or something, and like most days I can maybe get in 100 stitches a day. Like there's some days where I can make some more progress, but a lot of the time I don't have time to do like hundreds of stitches a day, so it really limits how much I can stitch. Sorry, I'm just getting my notes up. What I was going to talk about. So one thing I was going to talk about is Notion. I think a lot of people have started using it to organize their stash and what they're stitching and everything, and I've kind of fallen in love with Notion. I really like it. I did initially try and just like set it up for myself, and it was going well actually. I was doing pretty well, but there were certain things that I couldn't work out how to make it work, so I ended up buying, I can't remember what her name is. There's someone that I think she has a Flosstube stuff, and I watched like an instruction video by her about how to use her template. So she sells a template for, I think it was like $9, because I think she's in the States or something. So it was $9, so it wasn't that much for me because I'm in the UK, but yeah, it wasn't that much, so I ended up just going for it, and I bought that, and I love it. I love it so much. It's great. So I'm going to do a little add-on maybe at the end, do a separate slight video, so that I can try and like screen record and record it that way, so that I can show you what I'm doing and how much I love it. It's so good. It's so good. But that's where I've got my notes, which is why I thought of that. So what else did I want to talk about? Oh, there's a new Make It Pink Zelda pattern. Oh my god, I'm so excited. So yes, Make It Pink. If you're new to here, she She does lots of patterns that are like charted artwork. So the ones that I've bought are Hannah Alexander artwork. And she does this like Art Nouveau style of lots of like video game characters and TV show characters and that sort of thing. And there's a new one that she's announced that she's in the process of charting. It's not available yet, but she just showed us because she has a Facebook group where people can talk about their progress on her charts, and she announced there that the artwork, and I'm going to see if I can have permission to show what she's working on. And I was so excited when I saw this. It looks so good. I'm definitely buying it as soon as it comes out. It looks amazing. I'm so excited for that one. So yes, that's one thing I wanted to talk about. So first of all, I wanted to shout out Nina Hobby Site. She has become quite a nice friend. We've sort of started messaging, mostly sort of via Instagram Messenger, and we just have a lot of things in common. But she obviously does Flosstube videos as well, and she does lovely videos, so go check her out. But she's just a lovely friend. We have things in common like our children and stuff, and obviously the cross stitching and everything, and we're also both well, essentially immigrants. You know, I'm from Iceland living in the UK, and she is from the Netherlands and she lives in Norway. So it's an you know, it's always a bit different when you're that having that immigrant experience. So yes, go check her out. And then other Flosstubers I've been watching, Maria the Green Stitcher. She gave me a lovely shout out. She's so sweet. And she does really lovely videos. I love watching her videos. They're really like nice and really methodical. And like, I love the way she like organized her stuff. I wish I was that organized. But she has everything like laid out in her scroll frames, and then she's really good at making bags for her things or organizing her things in a really unique way. So I love that. So yeah, go check her out. And she also she does like, she has a Make It Pink pattern currently, so she's doing Ciri from The Witcher, which I haven't played yet, but it's on my list of things that I want to play. And she also she's loads of patterns. Like, she has some Owl Forest embroidery patterns that are now on my wish list because of her. Yeah, she's lovely. Definitely go check her out. And then there is Books and Stitches. She's also really lovely, and she's also a bit of a friend. We chat to each other, sort of through Facebook Messenger and stuff, chat about things. But yeah, she does really good videos as well. She has some lovely patterns. She has a lot of like Disney themed ones. Like, she has a massive Disney piece, and like, she's made so much progress on it. It's amazing to see how far she's gotten. It's one of those things that will probably take her a decade to finish, but she's making good progress on it. And she has like a soda stitch piece, except it's like 9 soda stitch patterns that she's made into like a big one, and she's like halfway through that. And like, the soda stitch patterns are really like, can be quite intricate with lots of like backstitch and stuff, so it's really cool. But yeah, definitely go check her out as well. I also had a shout out from Stitchy Rin. This was quite a while ago. I'm sorry. I've been meaning, it's been on my list. I just obviously haven't filmed in quite a while. So I'm sorry for the late shout out back, but thank you very much. And this has actually reminded me literally right now to go see if she's released any more of her Final Fantasy patterns, because I was wanting to take a look at those, because she's doing like the Final Fantasy game like logos, and I love that. So I really want to grab, because she was doing the earlier ones, whereas like my sort of era of gaming was sort of Final Fantasy 7 and onwards. So yeah, I'm waiting for those to come out. I need to go and check that out as soon as I finish filming this. And then last but not least, Crafty Gaming Jamie. I always keep up with her. She has Make It Pink patterns. She's currently doing Kita from Make It Pink, which is the Atlantis Disney princess. And she has plans to start, well, she put up a poll to see like whether she should start Link or Zelda, and whether she should do green or blue Link and pink or blue Zelda. And last I heard, it's looking like green Link is going to be the one that she's going to start with, which is very exciting. Very excited to see that progress. But yeah, she has lots of good patterns, and she also so she's kind of started doing a different format to her videos, which I'm thinking about maybe taking up if I can get my setup sorted out downstairs, so I can film downstairs. Then I might do this format, which is basically she films a lot more often and does sort of like little clips throughout. I don't think she does like every day, but it's more often than that, rather than just doing one video. And I'm thinking about doing that because it might spur me to actually film more often and sort things out a bit sooner, rather than a month and a half, 2 months go by and I haven't done anything. So I think that's it. So hopefully there's going to be a video section after this where I talk about Notion, but if not, thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate it. It makes me so happy to see that people are, you know, watching my videos and seem to find it interesting. So hopefully it's still interesting to you guys. And I will see you soon, hopefully. Bye! Hi everyone. So I'm attempting, as mentioned, to take a video of my Notion setup. So I have not made this setup myself. I attempted to after I had seen some other people doing Notion setups on Flosstube, and I did actually learn a lot about how to use Notion by messing around with it by myself, but there were some things that I just couldn't work out how to do, and I probably could have eventually figured it out, but I kind of wanted to just get it done with. So I ended up buying the what's it called? The Stitchery, this one. Stitchery Notion template from Stitchy Natty, and she has a YouTube video about how to use it, which is great. But that's what I'm using, so I've gotten the template and I've started updating it. I think it's going to take me a while to update everything I want to have, but this is a really, really good template. So as you can see, I've added my cover from my channel here, Viking Stitches. And then it has lots of things here. So where to start? Let's start by looking at databases. So you can see over here, we've got databases, and the main two ones I would say are the patterns and projects and the stitch tracker. Those are my main databases. So I'm going to click on that, and I've started adding projects to it. I'm still in the process of doing that because I have like 35 whips at the moment, and yeah, loads of patterns that I've bought. So hang on, I'm going to get to my tablet. So as you can see, this is, so I can here look at, this is my base project list. So I've got various, this is in the, well, it's in the not yet started bit, basically in my head. It says to do, which is what it comes with. And so I've got here stuff that I've got on my wish list. And I've got links here so I can find them when I eventually want to buy them. The endless amount that I want to buy. So yeah, but I can, so this comes with, so there's like categories that you can categorize it as. And here are all of mine that are in progress, as you can see. I've got all of the names here, the designer. I've started filling in when they were started, and we'll eventually be able to put them in finish, but then they're going to go in. So I've got it hidden at the moment, but there's a completed section here because I haven't put anything in there that's completed. I will show you later how this is worked out. Well, as much as I know. I need to fix this one because that's not correct. It's definitely not 105.1%, but obviously I finished Mary Mouse and I think I forgot to update the total amount of stitches that I have. Yeah, I think that's what's happened. So yeah, you can update how many stitches you've done, so you can see the progression here and stitches left. I have added a column here for Saga file. Yeah, and then we can look at, which one would be good to look at? Let's look at Aurora. So you can then open this up and then it puts in, it's got all of the stuff that, all of the info that I've added here. So for example, I started this on February 18th. It's in progress. I've got a paper chart. This is the amount of stitches, which I know because I've put it into Saga. I've got listed the fabric and the floss used, and that's one of the databases is Floss. What else? So last seen, I quite like this one. So the last time I looked at this was June 23rd, 2024. And there's all sorts of info, and I haven't like looked at all of this stuff. There's so much info. As you can see, you can track your time if that's something that you do. That's not really something that I do. But yeah, and then I've got the image here of her cover photo that's sort of there. So that's the patterns and project database. And then you can actually, up here is where you can have sort of different, hang on, it's not that, there we go. So we can kind of have a look at it here. Whips and finishes, and it kind of filters it differently. And then there's like to buy, like I just bought the Plants and Petrichor cell from Fine Frog Stitching, which makes me realize I didn't talk about any things I bought. That'll have to wait for the next episode, I think. And then you've got like materials here, so it'll list like by project, which I mean, it's like some of this is kind of overkill. But here you can see wish list and wish list by designer. So let's look at, if we go back to the front page, and then we can go to the stitch tracker. And this is where you can essentially track what you're doing. And my preferred way to look at it is in the whip breakdown. And then it'll show you by project what you're doing. So I've got all of these, and I haven't put all the pictures in this one. I've input data from Saga here onto all what I was doing on which day, because obviously I was not doing that. I was not using Notion in August 2022. But you can see here I've started adding pictures. And then something, because I only started this one in May, so it was quite easy to update this one. So I think this one's fully up to date. Yeah, and so we can have a look at what the details look at for an entry. Sorry guys, I got interrupted by my mum ringing me on the phone, so I've had to try and reset this up. I'm not sure I've managed to get the angle correct, but hopefully this is all right. Right, so I think we were at, let's have a look at an individual installment. So if we look at Aurora here, which I did on the 23rd of June 2024, so that opens up in a little side window. So I have this as the title, 23rd of June 2024, and then this is where I actually put in the date, and then I put in how many stitches I did, and that then feeds into the project, because I then select this project where it's linked to the other database that has all my projects in. So I've selected that here. And you can put progress photos. So for example, I have this one, so I can see that there, which is quite nice. Yeah, so that's the progress stitch tracker. So let's go back to the main page again. If we scroll down a bit here, we can see here this calendar version of the tracker. So we can see how many stitches are being done. So you can see here in July, I've been actually doing pretty well. There's only 2, in fact, I think I did stitch on the 11th. I need to fill that in. But yeah, otherwise the only day, I mean, you can see here sometimes it's not a lot, like there's only 40 stitches on this day, but it's something stitching every day. And we can flick back to previous months, so you can see here June, as I mentioned, wasn't a great month. Yeah, and we can kind of flick back, and I haven't put in all of my data, so this isn't quite accurate. I think I put in all of June, but this is also quite nice for when, like, I like to do on my Instagram. I will make a post at the start of each month, sort of telling what I've done each month. It's kind of just like how many days I've stitched, how many stitches I've done, and this makes that so much easier. It's great. And then I can go from here and just click on this, and this will then have the project here. Everything it will link back to that, so you can see I have the sort of cover photo, got the designer, when I started it, etc, etc. Here's my shopping list. You can see, so I just did a reasonable order of floss, and I ordered the fabric from Witch's Garden Crafts for the Plants and Petrichor Sal. Yeah, I did debate whether to order it, because this is the official fabric for that sal, is from Witch's Garden Crafts, and I did debate whether I wanted to actually use that one or not, because obviously Witch's Garden Crafts in the US, and I'd have to pay for shipping, and it was almost as expensive to have it shipped over here as what it cost. However, I then was looking at other local dyers, and I don't know, maybe I wasn't looking in the right place, but it was about as expensive to order from someone local as to have it, buy it from Witch's Garden Crafts and ship it over here. So I kind of just gave up on looking, and I was just like, I may as well just go with that. That's the official one. That makes me quite happy in some way. So I just went with that. And yeah, so I have received these. I haven't kind of put them away properly. So when I put these away, I will show you in a moment what I'm going to do with them to put them away properly. We have over here, we have these quick actions, and I haven't used a lot of these. I might actually explore this one, because I haven't used this now. I need to explore that one, but These two I have used, especially this one, track today's progress. And these are like little buttons, so I can come with that, track today's progress, and I will click on yes, and that will automatically set up, like the date's already set up, so now I can fill in all the other bits, the title, which will again just be the date, how many stitches I've done, which project it is, and so you can see here this links back to my database as I mentioned, and when I click on that I can see all of my projects here in the drop down, so I can just click on one of these and that will automatically link to what I've done, what project it is, sorry. And so to show you what I mean about these, we can look at this DMC database. So you have a database here which is all of the DMC numbers, literally all of them. And so if we go to the top, so G name, this is my son's name, as I've mentioned before, as I mentioned earlier in the video. I have a pattern, a custom pattern that is my son's name that I won't be sharing. So you can see here, it has all the DMC colors, and then so we can have these various columns here. So I've labeled this as where's my floss, which is very handy. So if I have physically in the project bag, I have the floss in with this project, that's what I will put that here. And then if I don't have it physically in the bag, but it's being used or has been used for this project, I'll put this in use project. And then there's a to buy. So when I was making that to buy list, when I wanted to buy some more floss, I just stuck in here what I want to buy. One of these, in various places. I needed one for Kitty Kitty, who is almost done. So that's there. And then by filling it in here, it then shows up on here. And so what I then need to do, either I will explore this bit, but also just, I can go in here and change it to Instash. So I have bought these, and when I go through the box and make sure I have everything I wanted, it will be here in Stash. I will type it in as Instash rather than to buy. And this one is specifically DMC, but we do also have a generic floss database. And for example, I have input the floss for Aurora, all of it. So that's obviously a dimensions specific floss, and it has all the floss numbers here. And these ones, because you can just edit it and you can add options as you want, type a new option, and it will add in whatever you want. And some of these were already came in pre-filled when I bought it. So I think that's about it. We have also like a fabrics database. I haven't used it very much yet. I'm sure it will be useful. And beads as well. And then there is a section down below that has like snapshots of what you've been doing. However, I'm not going to scroll that far because currently I'm trying to get my son's pattern done, so a lot of my snapshots are full screen photos of his pattern, so you won't be seeing those. But yes, I hope that is helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next month.